Okay. To the deserter camp. At least we got Thomas's engineering books. And, you know, maybe they'll find a way to live without power. Hello? Oh, that's a big guy. Orthus. Oh, there's a lot of them. Whew. This is a big boy. Damn, he had a lot of loot on him. He was a hungry boy. What's that? Assault rifle. Alright. Keep moving. I think they'll still be able to get by without power, right? I mean, they were kind of living off the grid anyway. I don't know, maybe their doors went open or something, I don't know. Hopefully they don't, like, attack me or something. Oh, the guard lady's gone. Oh, they're all, like, gathered up. That's not good. I guess it is good, but that they're not, you know, dead or something. But, hey, Zoe.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
Um,
I know, I'm trying to think. What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Adelaide's okay. Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
Today's your lucky day, Thomas. I've got one of those data pads you wanted.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
All of them. I guess I'll do it one at a time. Part 1. Found it in the community center archives.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Hold on. I've got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Ah! I got one more.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Oh yeah, the elusive Part 3.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
Yeah, I'm amazing.
That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Electrocharged surface. Thanks. And with that, they still love me here. That's good. Who are you? Oh, you're just a deserter. Hey, Grace.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Okay. And Stefan.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
Okay. Let's go talk to Adelaide. Wait, is she over there? Oh, she's down here.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. The
Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit.
Uh-huh.
This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
I don't really know. Reed does need his people back, but that's not why I did it. Right, I did it mainly because Parvati asked me to. I mean, I probably would have still done that choice anyway. All three of these choices kind of work. I feel like this is probably the closest to what I'd say. I don't owe you an explanation.
You know what? You're right. The Eternal made you a loathsome reptile, and it is not in my power to change the color of your scales. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you. What happened to you, Adelaide? All this anger had to come from somewhere.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
It's tough. I don't really like the wording of this. I want to ask her to go back, but I don't want to be like, come back to Edgewater, because come back to Edgewater kind of feels like I'm part of Edgewater. My character doesn't really feel like he's part of Edgewater. If it's like, go back to Edgewater, that's what I'm going to say. You're being unreasonable. Go back to Edgewater. That's what I imagine he says.
As long as Reed is still in Edgewater, I will not return. Those are my terms.
Alright, well, good luck out here. If you don't mind, I'm going to take this power regulator now.
Something you need?
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
You won't survive without power. It's time to go back to Edgewater.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
So don't work at the cannery. You want to be an engineer.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one.
There you go.
I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater and I'm as good as dead to her.
And so be it. We kind of know why. You know, her son died of the plague. We'll ask you this anyway, though, just to be sure.
Adelaide hates Edgewater. hates everything Edgewater stands for. Hates what that town does to people. What it did to her. We're the nearest she's got to kin. We go back to Edgewater, we may as well have stuck a knife in her heart.
Leave her behind. Edgewater needs you.
Are you sure about this? If we head back to Edgewater on our own, Adelaide won't come with us. She'll stay here and curse us till the end of her days.
That's her problem, man. I'm sure. You're better off there. Let her stay here.
I expect we got no choice. Edgewater needs us back, and loath as I am to admit it, we need Edgewater. You okay with this, Grace?
My fears are all settled. Thanks for helping me with sewing.
Just give us some time to gather our personals and say our goodbyes. If you run into Reed, you tell him we're coming back, yeah?
Take care. Yeah, because she wants me... I'm assuming she wants me to kill Reed.
Look at that. The snakes come back.
I convinced your flock to go back. They returned to their posts.
Good for them. I'm glad. Back to the old cannery with Grace and Thomas and Stefan and all the others. I expected it'd end like this. Lived out here for years all by my lonesome. Only right that I'd die the same way. I expect you've done enough for the Vale. If you don't mind leaving an old lady with her thoughts, I'd be much obliged.
You can still go back.
It is too late, and I'm tired of talking.
Alright. And I'm tired of listening to you. Forget her. Alright. I think that's everything we have to do, right? So... yeah, I don't know where to find the golden teeth. It's not on the map, is it? Does it happen to be on the map? No, it just wants us to go to Silas. We need to do this too. Turn in the robot. We'll probably do that first. Let's head back. It's a shame. This was a pretty place. But I think we made the right decision. And Adelaide is being a little baby. So we have our power regulator, which means we can fly. I wonder where we'll be able to go. From what I heard, this game is not terribly long, right? It's not like 100 hours or anything like that. So I imagine we don't have like a ton of planets to visit. Then again, Mass Effect 1, or really all the Mass Effects, they're not terribly long either, but there's still quite a few planets to go visit. So who knows? This could be still pretty extensive universe we could go see and explore. Excited to find out. I wonder if we run faster with our weapon holstered. Doesn't seem like it. Edgewater, employment, community, Spacer's choice. I am curious to know if there was a way to save everybody. I still don't know what those switches were in the geothermal plant. Part of me kind of wishes I stayed and explored it a bit more thoroughly, but I mean, we made like 2 or 3 passes through the place. And I wasn't gonna waste all our time looking for it. But I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I mean, it would have been nice if Adelaide came back too, but it doesn't seem like that was possible.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before.
Yeah, you mentioned a logic module. I found one.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform.
That'd be cool.
So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile.
Shock stick.
So here's a couple bits for your trouble. And a little something to remember me by.
Take care. Alright. Now let's go talk to Thompson. Is this place brighter? I didn't actually look around when I came in. I didn't even think about looking to see if the place was... No, it looks pretty much the same. Okay. In we go, up we go. Oops.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Adelaide won't come back to town, but her followers will.
That's good enough for me. Adelaide and I have a history. It was unlikely she'd ever come back. But hope springs eternal. We are in your debt. I am authorizing you for a discount on all official Spacer's Choice products, courtesy of the people of Edgewater.
Thank you very much. Wait, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
By all means.
You have your workers back. What happens now? I met a worker by the name of Thomas. Says he wants to be an engineer.
Thomas. Thomas Kemp? I remember him. Had to write him up for daydreaming a few too many times.
We should give him a chance. He has a knack for it. He's a decent mechanic. Pavati will vouch for him.
He tries real hard, Mr. Thompson. This is something he wants to do. That'll make him twice as good.
You may be right. And with the town set to grow, it is time I invested in a new mechanic.
You have your workers back. What happens now?
This whole fiasco is not one I am keen on repeating. I was too hard on my own workers. I pushed them to their breaking point.
Good for you, man. I like the growth.
With your hands at the cannon, I expect productivity will rise. I expect we'll grow. And I expect I can ask corporate to send us some more medicine. We'll survive, one way or another.
Good. Level up. Okay. Let's go ahead. Invest in our ranged weapons. 10 points. So now we can invest in just heavy weapons now. In the future. I don't really know why I would do that, though. Can I not... If I invest in the group, does it not increase heavy weapons past 50 now? That'll be something we'll have to try out when we level up.
Something you need?
You coming with me? We need to find the golden teeth. Let me let's read the journal. She hasn't leveled up or anything, has she? No. Okay. So this journal. Okay. Carmen says that he can't afford to pay his fees. It might be worth mentioning this to Silas. Silas suggested searching around Conrad's shop for some leverage. You found a note from Phyllis to Conrad. Perhaps you could use the information from it to convince Conrad to pay his gravesite fees. You finished collecting gravesite fees from the people of Edgewater. Return to Silas. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, I don't really want to just wander around the entire map looking for the golden teeth, but I'm not really sure what else to do. So she hasn't said she wants to come with us yet, as far as I'm aware of. She was just helping us for that mission. So if she says she wants to come with us, then we'll come back here and we'll loot her house.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
I know how you feel.
I wonder if we'll see any of the other workers around, Thomas and the others. Winslow, who's that?
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again?
Edgewater?
Edgewater, jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't you be working?
I am in no condition to do any work. Not so long as my injuries trouble me.
You were injured?
Yep. Got my mitt stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good.
Damn.
Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
Let's see. You sound like you need a surgeon.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
It's true. I'll leave you be. I don't recognize any of these people. Hey.
Town's been humming with power. Somebody must have been down in the old plant.
That'd be me.
Go ahead.
No. I think we didn't we do those options already? I thought we did. Alright. Let's head on out. Nope, I forgot we get a hold to get out of these areas. I'm gonna get to the ship. See what's going on with it. Max should be there. See if Parvati wants to come with us. We'll probably make our way back here.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble?
I'm all done. Oh.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Did we find the golden teeth already? I'm not gonna rat him out. I went out of my, but I did do a lot for this, so.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping for something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Alright. Gave us an extra 150 creds. I don't know why I keep calling creds. Bits. They're bits. Alright. So we have done all the quests that we found. I don't know if we missed anything, but did all the quests we found. Let's head back to the ship. Is this the way to the ship? I think so. I think we can just follow this road. Yeah, I remember these guys. There were marauders here. We shot them. Oh yeah, there was that like palisade over there, right? That we never checked out. Maybe we'll check that out before we take off from the ship. I just want to see what happens. Those guards still out here? I don't see them.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Are you sure Reed won't mind you leaving with me?
I know. Mr. Thompson said I was to chaperone you about the veil. Loan me out to you like I was Spacer's choice property. Well, they may think I am, but I'm not. Yeah, Mr. Thompson's got a temper. But I'm more scared of missing out than I am of him. I don't want to lose my one chance at seeing the stars.
You just met me. Why'd you want to go into space with a stranger?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. You didn't know those deserters a thing, but you helped them anyway. Made sure they had a home to come back to. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that.
You really want out of Edgewater that badly?
Yeah, I really do. My whole life's been small. I realized that when you walked into town. I've been seeing the same faces every day, the same sky, the same stars. Then I saw this ship. This gorgeous, stately lady with her eyes turned skyward, and I made up my mind to come along with you.
I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin. It's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
I like her. She's really cool. Welcome aboard. The Unreliable. Hey, Max.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Yeah, since we're flying together, what's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why are you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith. A faith that brought joy to them, regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Mm-hmm. Weren't they proud of you when you became a vicar?
They thought I was fighting the plan. Should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige. But that was not me.
This plan of yours sounds like a convenient way to control the masses.
It can be, if abused. But that can be said about anything.
That's true.
However, in the case of the Board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct.
Seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm turning him in. We did play around with the idea that our character might be after the bounty on his head. But I think he is, he's kind of torn, right? Because he wants to get the rest of the colonists. Whether or not it's because he has family or friends on board, I have no way of knowing. The game has not informed me of such a thing. So really I have to assume that I don't have anybody on the Hope that I know. But perhaps after seeing Edgewater and everything, maybe he's hoping he can... I don't know, every other thought I have as to why he want to help them is a bit idealistic and grand, like a grand plan, like, I don't know, starting his own colony sort of thing. And maybe he does have that ambition. I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Ah, I had family on the Hope. My friends are on the Hope. Aha, awesome. I had family on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Okay, that's it. Well, I'm assuming these options won't go away. I don't want to expend all the dialogue right away. I'll think it over and get back to you. I don't know what that's referring to, but yeah. Hey.
Where are we headed?
I don't know. We can talk to... Her name was Ava, right? Ada.
I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Well, thanks,
What can
Ada.
I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
You just plug it in, right? Yeah, that's what you do.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure.
And also,
our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. Yeah, so we have 2 expert engineers on board now, me and Parvati. Alright, I'm excited. Let's go plug it in. Fire this bad boy up. Listen to that sound. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Down we go. It is faster to just jump down, though. Okay. Ada!
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Do you want to leave? Hold on. I need to take care of something first. Just real quick, I want to step out. And I want to go check out that palisade. Yeah. Might be some good loot over here. There's also that over there. we didn't search. Let's go check these places real quick. Because if we come back, I don't really want to walk all the way over here. Because I imagine if we ever come back, we'll land at the landing pad. And you never know what kind of loot we might find here. Got a moth there. All worth it. Okay. Looks like somebody already cleared this place out. I saw you. That loot was hiding from me. What happened to these guys? Be kind of interesting if the Marauders were just done now, after what we've done. Okay, there's one more little area we gotta check, and then we'll be ready to fly out. All right. Get wrecked. Oh, they had a primal here. Guess if we had come here first, we would have seen it, and we would have known what they looked like. Okay, and this just looks like we can just get back on the road there. Okay. We're ready. Let's get back on that ship. I wonder if that, the guy we met who gave us our first gun, if he ever made it out of that cave. I think I'll always wonder about that guy. Yeah, that was a close landing, huh? Okay, it's time to head off into space.
Welcome back, Captain.
Thank you.
All systems are now operating within acceptable parameters. Shall I take our ship into orbit?
Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so cool. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good. I've been waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die.
Indeed.
How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a bit lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay. So Gladys On the groundbreaker. Okay. Fine, I'll go have a word with Gladys. Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet? Slow down. You're asking me to get involved with the black market, or I could just put a couple light years between me and Halcyon. Can't I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay? Yes, ask that one first.
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb.
Oh boy.
You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
Kelly. You said something about needing a nav key to land on Monarch.
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions.
Mm-hmm.
The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
I see. Right, the black marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Okay. I don't mind working with a criminal. Fine. I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming.
Thanks.
By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I have captain's quarters? What is a holographic what is it? What is it?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Mm-hmm. People will actually fall for this? Seems far-fetched.
The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act out. They won't focus on you.
And you said this thing has limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
Mm-hmm.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Well, why do I need a gadget for this? Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
Oh. Nice. Yeah, how does it sweeten my breath?
Science, that's how.
Ah, yes, of course. I'll put it to good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Alright, and this is our navigation terminal. Look at that. That's cool. Love it. Alright, let's go take a look around the ship. Talk to our companions. Or at least, Parvati. Because we already talked to Max. I'm assuming his conversation will be the same.
Unexpected turbulence may cause loose containers to topple from the upper shelves. If you are crushed to death, I'll need to find a new captain.
Well, we shouldn't run into any turbulence out in space, right? I mean, right? Hey.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Cozy like, ain't it?
I forgot to go loot her house. Damn it. I think it's time you move along. No. What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but it does a good but it's a good imitation. Apparently Ada's the one who actually flies the ship. Ada, how about you not invite yourself in the conversations? Apparently Ada's the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or at least ways that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
What do you think, Parvati? Is it safe to fly now that we've got the regulator? I hope so, because we're already flying.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Ooh. Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you actually are good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up, see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
Didn't like your classes? Yeah.
There were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
Yes. Well, what did you do in your off time?
As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes.
Ooh.
I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars.
Oh man, I want to ask all these questions. They never caught you? You never got in trouble?
Teachers came through now and again looking for slackers or contraband, but I was always working. They liked that. Otherwise, I tried not to call attention to myself. Just stay quiet in a corner and I'll get overlooked. When my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now.
You moved straight back to Edgewater after school?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Alright, break time's over then. Alright. Where's Max at? I think we can take the stairs. That'd be quicker. Also? Oh, is this our... Ooh.
Captain Hawthorne used to be more dashing.
Edgewater? Edgewater sign. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. I mean, that's not really the lesson I was trying to teach them.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Ooh, our bed. Ooh, we can sleep? Oh, is this our storage? Let's go ahead and put our special weapon in there. Oh, we got another one. This is the shock stick. Ooh, it's really strong, but it's a one-handed weapon, so we don't want it. I'll use one-handed weapons. What's this? Oh, holographic shroud. The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel, and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Gotcha. That was a lot of experience right there. You can see the other planets. They look a lot closer on the surface. This is terminal. Welcome, Captain. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Hawthorne's unread messages. Wow, there's a lot of these. From you Bedford. Wingman's Wingman, Bedford. To Alex Wingman Hawthorne. Subject, reply. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention. In my previous message... Silly me. I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Wink wink. Udom. Okay. Archived messages. Whole bunch of them. So Bedford is a well-known friend, it seems like. Subjects, thank you. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Your best friend, Udom. Okay. Udom Bedford to Hawthorne. Hello? Hello? Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Best, Udom. P.S. Please respond. Checking in. Dear Alex. Hello, hello. Welcome, or what? Hello, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Just like your ship. Aha. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strongest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, Wingman. Wink. Your dear friend, Udom. Dear Alex. Oh, a pleasure is the subject. Dear Alex. Hello. Udom here. Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat finger is embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, spaceport, or space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Last Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color? Really tie one on? Let me know. Your new friend, Udom. Okay. I'm not sure what to feel about this Udom person now. Logs. Log entry number 1, titled Shrink Ray. Oh, wow. Captain's note. SW001. Shrink Ray. Note to self. Remember this later. No better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality, with my own 2 eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away, or forget about it maybe, or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human technology and decency laws. This game's, it's made by the same people who made Grounded, right? And Grounded, you get shrunk. I don't know if it's related, but, it's there. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge. But I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors, more to be had. Hawthorne. Entry number 2. Hammer power. The last time I got sloshed, was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardits, yammering on about a mad scientist some years back, who claimed he made a huge discovery, but would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardits said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Interesting. And the last one. Captain's note. Black market leads. Why? Why won't Wells just give me the shrink ray? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times. But architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it, and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean? I ask. That I'm not trustworthy enough. that I'd use it to wipe out the good, hardworking folks of the colony, like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. I don't know why that word just got caught in my throat. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Alex Hawthorne. Okay. Weapons from the Void. Cool. Okay. I think that's where we're going to leave off for this session. We have left the Emerald Vale, and we are now in space with our own ship, 2 companions, and a whole bunch of loot that I need to break down and sell and stuff. But, yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I'm really, really liking this game. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and are looking forward to the next one. And until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you later.